Hey, welcome to the Preparedness Therapist channel. I'm David, and I'm a psychotherapist by profession. That's how I put food on the table. I am a prepper by choice. And my desire is to have every one of us be prepared, not just physiologically with the food, shelter, and water, but psychologically as well. And so that's why I'm creating this channel. I have got an interest in it, and I feel I might have a talent. I hope to make these not so boring. They're going to be educational. But we're going to talk a little bit today, and we talk about things that others don't often talk about, that maybe are a little bit uncomfortable to talk about. Criminal behavior right now. We're going to talk about some of the things that we that are common as far as what we can expect when the shiz hits the fan. And we're going to also talk about some of the things that aren't so common. We kind of know already, and we can see from even recent history, that when society breaks down, when governments break down or become very weak, that cartels take over. That sometimes they take over the government, sometimes they take over the drug trade, and anything related to sex, drugs, or power seems to be what happens. And so I think one of the first things we're going to see, or one of the things we're going to see is in criminal behavior, is that cartels are going to become prevalent. And people are going to band together, not just for safety, because isn't that what preppers do? And Boy Scouts, I mean, shoot, we're gangs. Cartels are gangs, but Boy Scouts they're a gang of folks who have this similar interest. I'm part of some gangs. I'm part of the primitive skills community, where we love to practice what skills our indigenous ancestors practiced. Flint napping and atlatl throwing and things like that. Bow drill fires and hand drill fires. Making pottery. It's great to be a part of a group or a gang. Cartels are a gang of criminals, and they're looking not out for the interest of others, but only for themselves, and to increase their drug, sex, or power kind of things, money, sex, and power. And so I think number one, we'll see a proliferation of drug cartels. Number two, we're going to see greater political violence, either with the cartels infiltrating the government or from a weak government. And frankly, we can look around right now and see that, can't we? We're also going to see more chemical attacks from criminals. And we don't have to spend a long time on that, but we see that even right now, where there are chemical weapons being used, and also the chemicals that are already in countries, like gasoline. Now, I think in a long-term situation, the gasoline is going to disappear, but we're going to see explosives and other sort of chemical attacks as well. Then some of the things that aren't so prevalent, that are common, that we're going to see, that we oftentimes don't think about. We're going to see a lot of identity theft. We're going to see folks presenting themselves as somebody else in order to get gain or to protect themselves, or to get in and hurt others. They're going to take on a new identity. And they could use that for good or bad, frankly. But we're going to see identity theft and people taking on new identities. We're also going to see a lot of infiltration into groups. Like if there's a group that has a certain skill set or a certain resources that aren't readily available other places, we're going to see people infiltrate that group and then get access to that and take that out. We're also going to see exfiltration, where people will leave the group after being in that and take things with them. So they might be group members originally, and then they're going to leave. So we've gone over the drug cartels, the political violence, the chemical attacks, identity theft, and infiltration. Two more: slavery and mercenaries. We're going to see a lot of slavery, or some slavery, in the form of It's not going to be racial. It's not going to be based on the color of our skin or even where we're from. It's going to be based on individuals who want to exploit others. It could be gender-based to some degree. And we're also going to see slavery as far as children go. We see that right now, and it's going to proliferate even more in a shiz situation. Then we're going to find mercenaries. It's so much easier to sit in your ivory tower and have somebody else do your dirty work for you. And we're going to find that we won't probably pay money, but we'll use the bartering system. If you do this job for me, then I will give you this. There's going to be people who have skill sets who are willing to work for hire in that area. And there are going to be some other folks who it doesn't go with their value system to actually perform the act, but they might need something. And I can think of even when good people would do that. In one of my other videos, we addressed that. If I've got a child who's diabetic and they need insulin, I maybe don't want to go in or don't have the skills to go in and get it from somebody, another group. But maybe I could hire a mercenary to do that, somebody who's already infiltrated there, or somebody who would go in and use violence to take that away. We're going to see that happening in a shiz situation. So those are a few things to be aware of. And thanks for watching. I hope to bring up new topics, some unique topics, or maybe old topics in a new way and look at them in a different light. That's how we problem solve, isn't it? That's how we get along, and hopefully we can build a stronger, good prepping community by being aware of some of this icky stuff that's going to be prevalent too, and hopefully prepare against that. So enjoy your time prepping, get together with some like-minded folks, and keep going forward. Don't stop, please, because we need that. As a Christian, it's important to me that we continue to proliferate our own values in our own lives and with those that we love. And there are some like-minded people who aren't Christians who we can work with and we need to work with. That's my value system. I want to have that happen. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Preparedness Therapist, and let's go forward. Thanks.